Alright, SAS engaged, throttle up. Third or fourth or fifth or sixth time's the charm. And after this, we can probably start doing some satellite missions. Now that we know we can achieve orbit, it's going to help a lot. And we need the funds so that we can start building a craft suitable enough to do longer missions in space with life support and eventually get Kerbals to the moon and then Minmus as well. Why do I feel like we're not going as far as we did last time? Maybe those things are causing an unexpected amount of drag. Oh my god, please have enough fuel. That can fall away. Okay, we're in space. Suborbital flight achieved. Let's deploy the air brakes and we'll hold it retrograde. And hopefully this will help slow us down this time. Let's just pop this open just to be safe as well. Oh yeah, that's already helping to slow us down a heap. Hey, that's perfect. There we go. There we go, only took 3 failed attempts to get it right in the end. Oh, something exploded in the sea. There we go. Cool, recover vessel. So that gave us some funds, because we are very low. Low resolution ScanSat survey of Kerbin. Well, that'll work. Position a satellite in an equatorial orbit of Kerbin. Yep, we'll take that as well. Perfect. Do we have ScanSat parts? Yes, we do. Okay, so ScanSat probe. Oh, right, yeah, this probe doesn't have SAS, does it? That's going to be fun. It's okay, we can do this the old-fashioned way without SAS. I think. So once you're through the thick, goopy part of the atmosphere, it's not as bad. God. There we go. It is a bit wobbly, but we're making it. We're making it work. Okay, we're in space. Doing this without SAS really gives you a sense of understanding. Appreciation, that's the word I'm looking for. It gives you a sense of appreciation for having SAS. Let's get that deployed. Let's start the ScanSat. Okay, is that working? I think it is. Although there was a bug where it wasn't updating. That type, slope biome, altimetry. Ah, there we go. Yeah. Cool. All right. So that is going to be doing its thing out there. Alright, so our ScanSat probe is now in orbit of Kerbal. Yes. So there it is, there in a nice polar orbit. So that's going to scan the planet gradually, and when that's finally done, we're going to get our payout for that. But I'd also just like to take a moment to show you one of the other mods that I've got running in this, which is the Outer Planets mod. So usually the Kerbal system sort of ends here. After Duel you had one more planet, which I think was Elu in the normal game, but now we've got extra things like the Kerbal equivalent of Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. Saturn. Planet in this system is called Cyrus, which it's really pretty actually, and you've got a whole bunch of different moons, including some that are actually on the rings. So they're going to be fun to visit. And then we've got this planet here, which I believe does have an atmosphere, but doesn't always show up. Or am I thinking of Slate? No, one of sort of Saturn's moons has an atmosphere. Oh, there's Elu, that's right, because Elu gets relocated here. There's a moon. So yeah, Tecto has an atmosphere. It says atmosphere height's 95 kilometers. It just doesn't appear properly in the Space Center view for whatever reason. Then you've got Urilum, which is Uranus equivalent, which has got some moons. You got Polta, Priax, and there is a outer moon called Wal, which has its own mini moon called Tal, which is quite cool. And then going out again to Nidon, you've got the planet Nidon, which looks pretty funky. Kind of reminds me of Eve. It's got Thatmo, which is a moon with an atmosphere again. And then you've also got the moon of Nissi, which doesn't have an atmosphere. It's just sort of like a big icy rock. Now I believe those are the only two moons that Nidon has. Yes, that is correct. And then if you go all the way out to Plock, which is like the Pluto equivalent, there is Plock, and then you've got Charon as well, which is probably a reference to Charon, which is Pluto's moon. So that's the sort of extended mod for the game in terms of expanding the system, and the long-term aim of this is going to be sending our Kerbals to all of those, and at least getting probes to the more distant ones if we can't get the Kerbals out there, because we are going to be using life support, and that's going to require a lot of stuff, a lot of ships, a lot of mining, a lot of colonization. So we'll see how we go with all of that, but I definitely want to get my Kerbals at least out to the Joule and Sarnas systems realistically if we can, and then we can go even further, but we're going to need to unlock a lot of that tech tree first before we can do that. So, what should our next goal for science be? I'm thinking maybe enhanced survivability, maybe that adds, your heat shields, some more parachutes, floats, which could be good for some amphibious things, And then we might work on the flight control, because that gives us a bit more RCS and stuff. And then we might need to look at some of our improved rocketry, so that we can start getting some probes. Speaking of probes, we need to also get the Probodobodyne Octo core at one point as well. In fact, that should be our next goal, so that we can actually get probes out to the moon and Minmus before we can get our Kerbals out there. Okay, so test the protective shell on a suborbital trajectory over Kerbin. Right, we can do that. That's easy enough. Alright, AEF3. Oh, that's a big boy. Okay, this is gonna be like a really super weird test, but hey, whatever. Shape. Cone. Okay, can't make it any wider than that. It wants me to test like the largest sort of stock bloody fairing you can do. Hey, whatever. This is gonna be a top heavy bastard. We're gonna have to do some tweaking to get this working correctly. This is gonna be fun. Nope. So we just need to get it on a suborbital trajectory, which is fine. Do we have any engines that are larger than that? No. Okay, I know what we'll do. I know what we'll do. This is gonna be a really weird design, but hey, whatever. Actually, you know what? That's gonna... Is that gonna be a bit overkill? Not necessarily, weirdly. You got Jebediah in there. Alright, so what we'll then just do is... parachute on there, decoupler on there. Yep. That is probably gonna be a bloody... Hang on. Those swivels? Yeah, they're swivels. Now, how ridiculously unaerodynamic is that gonna be? Okay. Let's just chuck some winglets on it. I mean, the center of lift was way down there, which should be fine, but... What a weird thing. I thought it meant test the smaller fairing. I didn't realize it was going to be the big one, but hey, we need the money. Let's just rename this one Silly, and all the stupid designs we need to do for missions we can just reload Silly and do it that way. That way I don't need to create an individual one. 4. Okay, yeah. Let's make sure we got... Oh, no, I didn't want it in there. I want to make sure I got Jeb in there. Yep. And we'll take Valentina when we can do both of them, so we'll just go Jeb for now. So that should be fine. So we need to get it to an apoapsis of how high? I think it was 110 kilometers. Oh yeah, 110 to 120,000 kilometer apoapsis. That is a thick rocket. Fun times. All right, let's go full throttle then, because it is quite heavy. You know what? I should have put parachutes on the bottom of it so we could recover the stage. I keep forgetting to do that. Ah well, I'll do it next time. Nice and stable though, because it's quite squat. And that sort of nose is keeping everything shielded nicely, actually. It's actually quite a fun little design. I actually quite like the look of it. It's quite a kooky little design, really. Now, it'll get us an extra 50,000, which is what we're here for. I'll just slow down a wee bit. Okay, so it reckons we just need to deploy it as part of staging. Altitude of 110,000 meters to 120,000 meters, suborbital trajectory. That is all of those things. Very stable little design, actually. That could prove useful for getting, if we tweak the design, getting fat payloads, fat but fairly light payloads into orbit. Actually, that could prove very useful. All right, so we're nearly at the altitude that we need to be. Getting a bit 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's test. Yep, there we go. That's the mission parameter complete. Now I'm wondering if I should have some sort of music playing during the stream, these streams that I'm doing or not. Because I turned off the in-game music because it keeps jumping, you know, between the music and the VAB to the music in the research place. It's very back and forth. So if I'm going to try and like clip everything together into YouTube videos later on, it's going to be very bleh. But if I just have regular music playing, it's also going to be very blur. But when it comes to editing, so I'm kind of in a wee bit of a conundrum when it comes to that. Okay, we are slowed down. Oh, there we go. We're slowly improving our bank balance. Cool. Contract complete. Now what other contracts? Specific orbit of Kerbal. Oh, that is a big orbit. New unmanned probe. I won't do that just yet because we haven't got the octo cores done. How much money do we need to upgrade that? We need 225,000. Alright, well if we just speed up time, we should be able to get that ScanSat finished. Oh yeah, that's scanning Kerbal, lovely. 47%, 50%. Cool. 216,000 credits. Cool. Science data from space around Kerbal. Suborbital and orbit. Cool. Alright, what we need to do is actually gather some more science.